bought this the other day, and if I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forget what's inside. It's coming from the fellow YouTube channel Slapshot Pops, and oh, I remember. This is actually really exciting. See, if you guys don't know, a little while ago, I actually picked up from them the other one, or at least one of the other ones in this set. They were Target exclusives, and oh my gosh, check it out. It's Bullseye in Ninja Mask with Raphael. How cool is this? So the other one that I have in my collection, I'm looking over at my shelf, is Leonardo, and all I need now are the chase versions, which would be Michelangelo as well as Donatello, and I'm halfway there. How I was able to get this one, though, was actually because I had purchased the first one from them. Then Joanna, from, of course, Slapshot Pops, had messaged me and was like, hey, do you need the other ones? And I said yes, and they had one available. So I picked it up from them, and this is super exciting. Let's get into it and find out what it looks like a little bit closer up, because it might just be a color swap, but it also might be a little different. I'm not sure. Okay, I've got it out of the box here, and it seems to be pretty much the same, but of course the colors are different. And the basket actually goes really well with the Raphael, because of course he is red, and the mask is red. The whole figure is actually really red. I gotta stop saying red. Anyways, though, a really great figure. Like, I love the basket on this thing. It's just such a good set. Now, don't worry, everybody. That's not all that I have for today, because I've got a few other figures that I want to show you, like this one here that I picked up just the other day. I got it over at Showcase, which is like the As Seen on TV store, and it is Cinnamoroll from Hello Kitty and Friends. And now, the reason that I picked this up is because a lot of you guys told me to get it. I had purchased the Ice Cream Hello Kitty a little while ago, and it's because of how weird the body was on it. Like, what do you mean, Hello Kitty's ice cream? And then when I took it out of the box, I realized that it was actually removable from the stand. And then some of you guys let me know that there's a Cinnamoroll version, and so, of course, everybody, look at this. The base comes off, and there is the ice cream. It's so fun. The blue eyes look great. The sprinkles are really nice in the actual, like, little bit on the top there. Also, the cone is really great, and I like how they made the cones different, too, because for Hello Kitty, it was the pointed cone, but with this one here, it's a little flat on the bottom, so if you really wanted to, you could have it separate, and it'll stand by itself. And honestly, if Funko could do more stuff like this, where they sneak in little things like removable bases, it'd be pretty cool. Oh, also, I noticed that this is number 98 in the Sanrio line, so we're just about at 100. Okay, now these next two things that I have here are both Youtooz. I had picked these ones up a little while ago, and they finally arrived, and I am so excited to show you them, because this one here is an older meme. If you guys don't know, Big Chungus, and this is something that I know Youtooz has been trying to get done for years. They made a joke about it a long time ago, and it has finally turned into an officially licensed figure. I'm trying to remember, I think it was only available for 24 hours, like it was not long at all. And so let me get this thing out of here so we can read this and actually check out the box a little bit closer up, because on the side it says Chonky Boy, then on the back it says that'll hold him all right. And if you guys don't know, that's actually from the episode, and this is a joke where he kind of like makes himself look like Elmer Fudd and then walks off after he thinks Elmer Fudd actually locked him into, like, whatever, his rabbit hole.
That'll hold him all right. That'll hold him all right. Silly.
And honestly, now that I have this, I think it is pretty funny, because it's been, since what, like 2019, they've been trying to make this, so over 6 years now. And when I saw it was going up on the website, I was like, yeah, we gotta pick this up. Then, everybody, this other figure that I've got here is actually Translucent from The Boys. And this is such an exciting one, because it's limited to 500 pieces, and it actually was individually numbered, so I was able to get 73 out of 500. You can see him in there. Look at how cool. I think, honestly, it's a really well done figure. And let's open this one up so we can actually check him out a little bit closer up, because I've got to see him out of the box. Oh, and actually, before we do that, it says, do you think I'm an whoa effing idiot? That's as far as we're gonna go with that one. And then it says Translucent, you're a GD. Well, we're not reading that one either. Anyways, though, everybody, if you guys want to check him out, there he is, a pretty great figure. And because there's only 500, I am so glad that I was actually able to get one for my collection. And now these ones here, everybody, are great. I was actually able to get the entire collection of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and you guys can see this one is, of course, well, Billy. Now, funny enough, I had actually found these figures when I was over at WonderCon, and I didn't want to pick them up there because I knew I had them pre-ordered. And look at this. I don't know if I'm supposed to be grabbing these now, but I'm going to. Look at this. I'm not going to be getting them today because I could definitely get them when I'm home, but this is just, It's so cool to see for the first time. Oh, actually, you know what I just noticed, everybody? I showed you these ones a little bit ago. Apparently, it's the other side of the booth. And so I figured I wouldn't get them there. I would wait till later on and then actually pick up like some exclusive figures while I was at the con, or, you know, something a little bit rarer than, you know, brand new figures. Anyways, though, Billy is really great. And I used to watch this show when I was younger. It wasn't a show that I would watch like all the time, but it was definitely something that I had seen, I'm gonna say, probably most episodes of. Because, you know, when you're watching cartoons as a kid, it's kind of just on all the time, and then, you know, you bump into shows that you've maybe never seen before, or like one of those ones where you're like, yeah, sure, I'll watch Billy and Mandy today. So anyways, he's a really great one, and then over here, we'll have to take a look at Mandy next, and then we'll get into Grimm, which is probably my favorite figure out of the three. Also, I'm curious with these ones here, because a lot of the animated ones have been putting like little hidden things on the inside, and if you're wondering, there isn't anything, at least I don't see it on this one. But it is still some really great stuff, and I love the amount of detail that they've been putting into the newer animated figures, because again, this is kind of, I think it's a 2D show, or at least from what I can remember, so it's nice that they were able to adapt them into this 3D model, which still looks pretty accurate. And with Mandy out of the box, I think her flower shirt as well as eyebrows are definitely helping to look exactly like the show. And then, of course, everybody, like I said, we have Grimm, and I've got, wow, this is just so good. Like, it's funny how they made him look so happy, and the way they did the eyes, as well as, you know, the nose, and how it's like got like the little inset, and then it's also kind of like shiny. It is just so good, and I'm glad that they created him so accurate. You know, instead of giving him a larger body, they gave him kind of a thinner one with like the flowy bottom to his, I guess it'd be like Reaper suit, like whatever that is. And now it's got like, you know, the long cloak all the way down. Cloak is actually probably a good word for it. It's just really fun. And then the scythe as well, it's too good. Anyways, Funko, you did a really great job on this one. And I'm thinking like, what else could they make for the Grimm Adventures of Billy and Mandy? I can't think of much off the top of my head. Like, of course, there are probably some other side characters they could totally do, but I think that this was just like a perfect wave of them. And I'm hoping, you know, in the future they do create more, but that's pretty much all we need. But anyways, everybody, with that being said, that's pretty much gonna do it for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of quicker unboxing. Definitely some great figures today, and I wonder what I'll find tomorrow. But anyways, have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.